So yeah, this is why Natasha Cloud was out of the league. Very little to do with her play. Nothing to do with being outspoken against certain topics. She's just more. There are a lot of times where she's just not worth the. She's not worth the trouble. And in this scenario here, we have got a situation where, in a horrible, horrible situation, Rickea Jackson, a player for the Chicago Sky, has tore ACL. A player who was on track to be an all-star, no question. Maybe even make an all-WNBA team. A player who was killing it, like having a career year and was going to have a career year. With the new rules, her game really opened out with the players she had around her. They had built a team that kind of made up for her weaknesses. And unfortunately, in a freak situation, she picked up a non-contact knee injury. That was a few days ago. And obviously, at the end of the game, at the time, Natasha Cloud got teed up for going mad at the refs, for blaming the referees on the injury. And you can, you can write that off as heat of the moment, a player went down hurt, and had to be carried off. And it is what it is. And then at the end of the game, it was pretty bad. Like, cooler heads should have prevailed, but instead of realizing it was a non-contact injury, she called 3 referees out by name. And now with Rickea Jackson being ruled out for the season, is being brought up again. Thank God, thank you, Front Office Sports, for not naming the referees. But because of Natasha Cloud, there are 3 referees that are now tied with basically injuring a player. These 3 referees called out by name by Natasha Cloud will forever be tied to being the reason why Rickea Jackson picked up a non-contact knee injury. And that is, from a PR perspective, if you are the Chicago Sky, that's horrendous PR. That is horrendous PR. So I'm looking at it, and this whole thing is a situation where it could have and should have been avoided, because Natasha Cloud should have never called him out by name in that post-game press conference. It's one thing to get teed up at the time. It's another thing to say the referees lost control of the game. It's a third thing to accuse the referees of being the reason why a player tore an ACL. And now these 3 referees are going to be tied to that torn ACL through no fault of their own, because it was a non-contact injury. And that is the problem, is that there is never when it comes to Natasha Cloud, there is being outspoken, and then there is double and tripling down on wrong things. And she has done that a few times. Like, this is one of those things where, like, she will burn bridges. She will, again, double and triple down on completely wrong things. She will say the wrong thing at the wrong time. Like it's not good. Like, you can say, again, she doesn't think it doesn't seem like she thinks all the time she speaks. And look, on a personal level, I don't care. She's well within her right to do that. But teams are also well within their right to evaluate the risk versus reward of employing Natasha Cloud. And there's a reason why she's making $500K, not $1 million. Because a pretty good basketball player, not an exceptionally good basketball player, but pretty good, was exceptionally good in her peak. Definitely a big game riser. Somebody that a lot of people would want in their team, but like, what front office wants to deal with that crap? It's it is really, really, really tough one to deal with. Because the Chicago Sky, I'm shocked the Chicago Sky have not released a PR statement condoning what Natasha Cloud said. Because there are 3 referees who've just been called out by name. And there's a big difference between being called out by name and just this happening. So yeah, we're 4 days later, and still we're now seeing articles being written about, this basically implying the referees are the reason Rickea got injured. And again, calling 3 of them out by name is even worse. It's even worse. And yeah, they will forever be tied to a player getting injured, despite the fact that they had nothing to do with it. And again, I don't have any idea whether or not the referees did a great job in this game. I only watched the last quarter and a half of it. But the one thing is, they sure as hell did not have anything to do with Rickea's injury.